muffled boom, and then X number of seconds later, a much bigger boom, and then Y seconds after that, a much bigger boom.
Your morning news now. There are new questions being raised by investigators about what caused the Florida condo to collapse last week. At least 12 people are dead and over 140 are still unaccounted for. As crews continue to remove debris from the collapsed building, there is some evidence that it needed work done. The condo board president wrote a letter in April detailing $16 million in repairs and adding, quote, the concrete deterioration is accelerating. A heat wave that's been baking the western U.S. is moving inland. In Spokane, Washington, the mercury reached 109 degrees on Tuesday, the highest temperature ever recorded in the city. The same area is dealing with rolling blackouts caused by the heat wave, which will cut off electricity and air conditioning to many. Both announcements come as the heat is starting to ease near the coast, with Seattle and Portland thermometers dropping to more normal levels. However, the damage is still being felt, with about a dozen deaths being attributed to the record-breaking temperatures.
Still looking like a scene out of a horror movie outside of CityCam 8. Lots of fog out there. It is hindering visibility throughout the region, so make sure you pop on the headlights, drive slow, and be careful on your way to work this morning. Temperatures across the board mostly in those 60s. They'll continue to rise throughout the day. We're looking at a high of 87, lots of sunshine, couple of chances for some showers, and will clear later tonight.
La Crosse police are investigating an apparent homicide in the city's Huska Park. Officers were called to the shelter area at the park just before midnight on Monday, where they found a person injured. That person died shortly after police got there. A suspect is currently in custody, 34-year-old David Pearson Jr., on charges of first-degree reckless homicide and felony bail jumping. No other details are being released at this time. Wisconsin's $87 billion budget is currently up for debate. The state assembly and Senate will finish their votes today and send the document to Governor Tony Evers. There are discrepancies within the budget, such as a $1.6 billion proposal Evers wanted for K-12 schools. State Republicans denied that request, but headlined their budget with a plan to cut $3.3 billion in income and property taxes. There is a chance Evers could veto the budget entirely, something that hasn't been done since 1931. Viterbo University is getting a $1.3 million grant from the U.S. Health Resources and Services Administration. The funds will help increase the number of mental health professionals in rural southwest Wisconsin and also fund Viterbo's Integrated Systems Training in Evidence-Based Practices, or INSTEP, initiative for the next 4 years. The INSTEP program looks to recruit a diverse student and workforce population of professional counselors who will work in underserved areas. Happening today, Houston, Minnesota's Lawn Chair Concerts begin. 9 shows are planned for this series, starting with musicians playing classic country, folk favorites, and hits from the 50s and 60s. The concerts will be held at the Houston Nature Center's Bandshell. A complete lineup can be found on the Houston Nature Center's Facebook page. Also happening today, a special event will give kids the chance to read, learn, and see some cute animals. Outdoor story times featuring animals from a family farm in Rochester will be visiting area libraries. There will be a selection of books so kids can read to the animals, in addition to farm activities for some more fun. Things kick off today at the West Salem Library, where animals will be there starting at 10:15 a.m. After that, the fun heads to the Holman Library from 1 to 3 p.m. And if you missed things today, don't worry, because the event will head to the Onalaska Library on Saturday from 9:30 to 11:30.
Once that patchier fog does start to lift later this morning around 8 to 9 a.m., we're going to start to see some sunnier skies, nice and warm out there. Temperatures rise to a high today of 87. We'll start to cool back down later this evening to our low of 65. Looking ahead to the rest of this week, we have temperatures in the 80s Thursday and Friday, bumping up to the 90s for the holiday weekend. Nice and hot for your 4th of July. That heat will continue into next week with some chances of thunderstorms, which will then drop us to the 80s.
And of course, we can't send you on your way for the day without reminding you that Riverfest starts today in Riverside Park. Everything kicks off at 4 p.m. There's going to be live entertainment on the family stage, the Bandshell, and the North stage. There'll be food and drink vendors there as well, and it will go through the 4th of July. So enjoy your day, head down to Riverfest, and we'll see you right back here tomorrow morning.